We haven't talked about ghosts or aliens in forever, man. Oh, what a ghostly song to kick it off. You know, I used to love watching ghost videos and stuff like that on YouTube. I didn't even care if I knew they were fake or not, or if they were convincing. I just loved the scariness and the creepiness of it. But I just don't get scared anymore. Like, burnt myself out on being scared or something. I miss it, but you know, I think a lot of the time, people's ghost stories and what, I reckon there's a lot of ambiguity going on, and that your brain has to like fill in the gaps for you, and it could be so easy to be convinced that you're sort of like mystic that it's not so much that it actually has a rational explanation. It's just that, man, your brain is creating reality. It's trying to figure stuff out and say this is what's happening, but it's really a show. And sometimes you can get the wrong idea about something. Who knows? I don't believe in ghosts in the way they are for the most part portrayed. Not entirely closed-minded to the idea of something beyond life as we know it. Maybe it has a way to interact with the current world, but ghost stories are like UFOs, like so many things you can learn about and realize they have lineage and they have history, and when you learn that stuff it becomes a little less exciting. For example, UFO sightings have a pretty clear lineage, if I remember it correctly. I believe starting around the 50s. You know, no one's reporting these things until a certain point in time, and where you could say, well, that's because that's when they started appearing, you can also say that that's when the idea became mainstream, and like it spreads, and one person thinks they see something now, other people think they see something. My dad told me an amazing UFO story that I love. I think it's brilliant. It was when I was a kid at one of the old houses. He woke up early. He looked out the window and saw a UFO hovering over the top of a house. We'll continue that story at the end of the stream. No, we'll continue it right now. So my dad tells it about how he's like staring at it. He can't believe what he's looking at. Doesn't know whether to go or to stay, and like eventually wrestles with this idea of grabbing the camcorder to record it. And after he grabs it and comes back, he realizes that it's actually the sunrise reflecting light off of an aerial in a way that kind of stops you from seeing the aerial, and it kind of shimmers and it looks like it's hovering like this light source. And you know, and it's like, now imagine if he'd have come back and it were gone. He might be convinced to this day that that was a UFO. But that's not the case. I just like that story. Debunked, says Katie Doodle. Debunked indeed.